What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to The Good, The Bad and The Stupid. It's Monday the 16th of November. Hope you've had a great weekend wherever you are, especially, well, you definitely would have had a better weekend than me if you're in a country with no lockdowns affecting it. And you probably had a better weekend than me, even if you're in my country, because you had a better lockdown than I do. It's just me and Dave the Ghost here. And he never comes out when I'm actually want a bit of company. And he only comes out when I'm doing this podcast or where I'm doing something and he swings the door open or knocks something over or something. It could be the wind. I do have some shit windows here, but at the moment I'm calling it Dave the Ghost. Anyway, he's come in on this podcast a couple of times, usually when I'm talking about sex references. So unfortunately I don't have any sex references to talk about today, so he's probably not going to make an appearance now. I was kind of coaxing him then. I thought I was going to be trying to coax him. I've just realised he only comes out when it's sexual innuendos. So unfortunately, you'll have to watch next week or tomorrow or the next day, and I'll let you know if he does appear. He should have appeared on Friday the 13th and fucking maybe attacked me whilst I was making that one, but he didn't. No, I think he's on holiday. Anyway, I was speaking about Peter Suckler, the Yorkshire Ripper, got killed died last week. Eventually, thank fuck. Everyone's glad about that. But he died anyway. And some people are making money. Some people are selling things with his autograph. Some people are selling his autograph. And there's somebody here selling his fucking bed sheets with his face all over them. Bed sheets. That's right. Yorkshire Ripper bed sheets with his face all over it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to show the picture to the podcast video, because if you're listening, you have to watch it on YouTube. You can see the bed sheets there, and it's actually, if you didn't know that was his face, at first glance you think it's a fucking nice looking bedspread, quite a very nice one. But when you look closely, it fucking's got the Yorkshire Ripper's face, hundreds of his face all over it. Imagine going into an hotel or staying over somebody's house and you walked in on that. You'd fucking want to make sure there was a lock on the door and try to figure out, hang on a minute, what the fuck, what the fuck? Who the fuck's bought it? Whoever buys it, I think they should be under police scrutiny, or at least, they should, fucking people need to find out who the fuck's buying them. That's what I'm telling you. But first of all, you want to find out who the fuck's selling them. Who's selling? How much is the shower curtain as well? 51 quid. How much is the bedspread? Doesn't tell you. His autographed is 275 quid. I tell you what, and I bet they sell some as well, because he's fucking had a girlfriend, or he even had a wife. I don't. He might have not even been a girlfriend. He's either married or he's got a fucking long-term girlfriend. Even though he's like a life never ever getting out of prison. And that was probably his pick of many, many letters. He probably had loads of letters, loads of photos, naked photos, all that. And he's going, yeah, you'll do. Either that or he's got loads of girlfriends. He's probably writing back to them all. What else the fuck did he have to do? Women, you got to fucking, you got to think a little bit more of yourself. And I tell you what, and please don't ever let me meet one of you by accident or come into contact with you, because I might not know that you're fucking totally nuts. Absolutely totally nuts. And you, although you don't know it, because you don't think it, because you're writing to the Yorkshire Ripper and asking him to marry you. That's why you don't know that you're nuts, but you are completely nuts. Anyway, Donald Trump, they're saying that Donald Trump's admitted that he lost the election. He hasn't. He did say he won because the election was rigged. So slip of the tongue really there, but I've checked his Twitter afterwards, and he's fucking, it must have been a Freudian slip, because he's fucking bang at it, saying that the court cases are coming still. We're not giving up. Where there's fraud, we're going to expose it. And if there was, and he does expose it, then that's good. I still prefer, I'm not a big fan of fucking Joe Biden. I think Kamala Harris, I think I'd like her to be in. But there's a lot of fucking strings being pulled by people behind the scenes. This fucking, it's like a puppet show, isn't it? A puppet show. So if anything that gets exposed that is fraud should be exposed, and that one, I'm all up for that. It'd be fucking egg on the face. But then the people who did the fraud, they'll be scurrying now. Everybody's like, it's the battle of the battle of the cover-ups. There's bound to have been fraud. They don't want Donald Trump in anyway, do they? A lot of people. But at the same time, as I said last week, there is a lot of voters that don't want Donald Trump in as well. So it could just be, it could be very much it's 50-50. Everybody wants fucking the country split, so it is going to come down to counting votes, and they haven't counted them all yet. So unfortunately, you can't say that he's won out, can you? Hey, I'm just being on the fence here. Des O'Connor's dead. Des O'Connor, Mr. Saturday Night, who went on to be Mr. Wednesday afternoon, and Monday afternoon, and Tuesday afternoon, and Thursday, Friday. He was on the afternoons afterwards, wasn't he? But it was good. I like Des O'Connor. It was funny. It was Mr. Light-hearted entertainment. I don't think he ever did. He ever swear? If he did, he didn't do it in front of a lady. It was very well to do, and his jokes were very soft. He used to take the piss out of himself as well. That's good. I don't like anybody who can take the piss out of themselves. That ain't Donald Trump. 100% that ain't Donald Trump. If he ain't going to let anybody else take the piss out of him, he's certainly not going to take the piss out of himself. Anyway, but Des O'Connor, he was the butt of his own jokes, and that's good. That's fucking self-depreciating humour. Anybody that's fucking got their head right up their own, anybody who sings their own fucking song and blows their own trumpet non-stop, I can't fucking have it. I have to switch my ears off if that comes around. And there's plenty of those people, you know, and you know who you are as well. You know who you are. If you blow your own trumpet, and you're probably going, yeah, I fucking do. I'm the best at it. I'm the best at blowing my own trumpet. You're a narcissist and you're annoying. So anyway, you're not down to earth. You're the kind of person that buys a £3,000 bottle of champagne in a pub and buys it with sparklers on a trolley, wheels it out on a trolley through the club. So everybody in the club has to see it coming to your table, and then you have, and then what else you do? Pour it over your watch. That's what some people are doing. They're pouring the champagne over their watch, wasting it over their gold watches or something. It's like, fuck you now, please get a life. Somebody nick his watch off him, please. Somebody fucking find out who he is. Next time he sees that he goes into a club, wait for him outside and nick his fucking watch off him when he comes out. That'll teach him. Anyway, Elon Musk has got the virus. Well, Elon Musk has got the virus twice, and he's been given the all clear twice from the same machine. 2 negatives, 2 positives. So now he needs one more positive to cancel out the negative, if he gets another negative, because he's on even Stevens now. So is he self-isolating or not? He said it's highly dodgy because it was the same nurse, same test, same machine. So how much has that fucking been going on? Because maybe in a conspiracy way, you could say the machine's set up to take 2 positive, 2 negative, 2 positive, 2 negative. I doubt it, but you know, there's a lot of errors. There's got to be some errors out there. It's certainly not with the people who fucking died. Anyway, there's definitely a virus out there that's killing people, but there's definitely people taking advantage of the situation in governments now because it's here. And they're just fucking lining their own pockets while everybody else is getting skint. That's what I think. Boy, I'm certainly getting skint. Although, you know, so if you get offered if you're entitled to a grant, don't be a fucking do-gooder. Don't be like, oh no, I'll pay my own way. I'm not going to take the government's money. I'm going to pay my own way and struggle through this. Fuck that. Take the government's money. That's what they're doing on a fucking grand scale. What you're taking is a drip, a tiny fucking drip, a drip out of a fucking mouse's dick. Yeah, well, I could think of a better analogy than that maybe, but I haven't got time. I've got to move on. Safe sex in the virus. Safe sex in the virus pandemic has seen Brits wearing masks and doing it in different positions. Just do it in different positions. You ain't got to wear a fucking mask. What have you got to wear? That's got to be a killer. Unless you're wearing like a gimp mask or something like sexual mask. That's all right. You can't wear like these fucking clinical... Unless you're dressing up like doctors and nurses. That's another thing you can get away with. But if you're just paranoid about the virus, it's just that ain't sexy, is it? You can't get a fucking... Oh, better be extra careful. Don't do this, don't do that. Watch your mask. Don't breathe on me. Don't do this and that. That's like... as far from fucking sexy as you can get. So, either dress up or don't fucking do it. That's my opinion. Anyway, but don't take my opinion for it. I'm just there with Dave the Ghost. But, you know, he don't float my boat, unfortunately. Protein has been discovered to trigger hair growth. Baldies, you listening? If you're bald, One for you. A protein's been discovered that can trigger hair growth, bringing science closer to curing baldness. Has anybody ever thought, I'll tell you what, it is another good idea. It's my idea. If anybody's listening, intellectual property rights, it's my idea. Has anybody ever thought of swapping the skin from your head? Well, this is if you got a hairy arse, or you got hairy legs maybe, or hairy arse. Let's go with hairy arse, because the arse has probably got as much skin covering as your head. But taking like a square or the section of your hair where it's bald, the bald bit, take an equal length, equal section of your hairy arse, and putting that where your hairy head, back, switch them. So you got the bald bit on your arse and the hairy arse bit on your head. Switcheroo, and you've got your arse on your head, but and your face, and I was going to say your face on your arse and your head on your arse, but you know you've switched it around, and you haven't need to do any growing any hair. You've already got it. It's already there, grown, and it's yours. So you know you don't have to come out with any lies. Then you just say, yeah, it's my hair, real hair. Is that your hair, real hair? Yeah, of course it's my real hair. It's off my arse, but it doesn't. You know, just don't tell anybody that. Tell you what, I think I've just cured baldness there for people with hairy arses only. But you know, that's a good percentage, I'd imagine. Right, last one I'm going to do is a pigeon racing fan has paid 1.43 million for a Belgian bred bird, and that weren't the fucking only bird he sold. The guy who sold them sold £5 million worth of pigeons. So if you ever thought about fucking making money, I didn't even know. Who knew that you could buy a fucking pigeon for 1.43 million, or sell a pigeon, beg your pardon, for 1.43 million, and there's fucking idiots out there who's going to pay it. What's he going to do with it? If he's not going to be making him his money back, I'm sorry, but that's a fucking that pigeon is as good as a fucking waste of money. I'm all for the pigeon fucking being worth a lot of money, but he's got to bring his worth. He's got to pay his way. Maybe he's going to breed him, or what's he going to do? Who knows? But there you go. There's a good business idea for you there. I don't think it's going to be involved in anything that's fucking shitting on your head under the underpass on your way to work. But look into it. It's about hybrids, and if it's one that can send messages back and forth, maybe that's it. He's going to send messages now that the fucking world's gone collapsed, and the internet's going to go down, and he's going to be like, yeah, well, tell you what, I was the only one who thought about it. I bought myself a pigeon for 1.43 million, so my fucking messages is going to get back and forth. I hope they're good messages, maybe just text messages with emojis, sending like that by pigeon across the world. We've moved on a lot, haven't we, in time? These little text messages we can send to Australia or to wherever, and he gets there instantly, a tiny little message. Then an afterthought or a single thought. It doesn't have to be a letter, a big long letter that you would do if you was to write to Australia in the past, or send a carrier pigeon, as I've just said. Anyway, I don't know whether a pigeon would make it to Australia, to be fair. He probably fucking would take it down into the drink somewhere along the way. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you are going to come back tomorrow. And maybe I'll have some sexy talk for Dave to go see if he turns up. Anyway, see you later. Bye.